It just doesn't have the momentum. It's going up now. As you see, it's just asks are stacking up, and eventually did happen. It's gonna go to 30, 35, and I'm not in there unfortunately. So that was come on, just right at the Vita, right at the recap. Anyways, so that was a trade. Alright guys, good morning everybody. Markets, welcome to another choppy market. So today, yesterday, what a comeback. What a comeback on the markets. You know, we gapped down 2% and then we rallied all the way to the green. And the most important part for yesterday was this divergence between QQQ and the rest of the market. You know, when the market was selling off, QQQ was starting going up, and that divergence was interesting because sometimes you're feeling that why QQQ should sell off more because they're more duration based companies, and they should sell off more than SPY or Dow Jones. But that was a very, very interesting concept that we saw. And eventually market rallied and closed green. So today market was gapping down a little bit, kind of flat, and is still trading on the flat. RIVN had some news that they had you know, extra delivery based on expectation, so it was gapping up 10%. And I did a scalp a couple of times with Brian successfully. Eventually I wanted to get this break of 30, but I can't. But as you see here, damn, it's just happening right now. The big ask above 30, and you know, I was really hoping to get this break of 30. It just doesn't have the momentum. It's going up now. As you see, it's just asks are stacking up, and eventually did happen. It's gonna go to 30, 35, and I'm not in there unfortunately. So that was come on, just right at the Vita, right at the recap. Anyways, so that was a trade I did at the open. Let's look at it at the open. It had a really nice run open. Brian jumped in at the open. I missed the first 1 minute open range break up, and then I went long on the pullback, dropped to VWAP, added more, and then popped up, and I sold it all the way up about 29.50. And that was a really good profit on that. It wasn't great. I mean, you know what? I knew kind of might bounce back from the VWAP. And then it came back up. I added more, dropped back here, and I added more again here, because I see a lot of time that these stocks are, you know, gapping up, really holding, you know, making this you know, flag above the VWAP. So I was really, you know, staying in there, popped up, added more, and eventually wanted to get this break of 30 that I just you know, became bored, and I really didn't get anything out of that. So eventually I got out of 29.88, and you know, I got out everything here at 29.64, but it did eventually popped up above 30. Dash was another trade that I did. So they said that Amazon wants to get into the food delivery, so that caused the Dash and Uber to drop because they're the direct competitor. So I went short here, Dash at 68.20. It wasn't on the short selling restriction that time, covered some, and then I tried to get one more time, went down. I didn't cover on time, and eventually got stopped out. So on the Dash, actually I lost money on the Dash. So that was the thing on this. And yeah, so that's pretty much my day. TQQ was another one that we did 1 minute open range breakup on TQQ at the open. So the high of pre-market was 25.85. I traded 1 minute open range breakup, went long and added more for the next move up, but I got stopped out because it really didn't have the move up. And I added some on the other account for to hold a little bit. So this one, you know, as you see here, they got here, but I you know, got into the other account. I want to hold this one to see if on the next week we can get a bounce from Qs. And that's it for me. Brian, how was your day?
Yeah, no, mine was good. I was watching Rivian as well, and I just caught it at the on that breakout at the open. So I got in at 28, around 28.50, and then just sort of partialed 29.45. I got stopped out at the V when it pulled back to the VWAP, which probably shouldn't, but that was just a small remainder I had. So it was that was probably my best trade. I did try to take a rising devil trade on Dash at the open, but I shorted it at the VWAP. but then and it started to pull back, but then it started to go higher, so I stopped out of it. So I lost a little bit on that trade. Other than that, I tried a few other trades. It was pretty choppy, so I just didn't. Some of them, but like Baba, didn't work out. So overall, it was you know, like it was a day that I was kind of expecting. I kind of figured we were going to have some challenges. It was going to be a choppy market, that's what it basically we were working with here today. So I'm overall happy with the way things turned out.
So just look at the 5-minute chart
Yeah.
on SPY. If you want to see the definition of a choppy market, this is just a definition of a choppy market. It's just unbelievable that it's a kangaroo market. Is that correct?
Yes, that's it.
Can you pronounce
Kangaroo.
that animal again, Brian?
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo. Yes. Chop chop. So same as Qs. Qs are just absolute, kangaroo market in there. IWM is selling off a little bit more than everything else, but this one is also pure choppy. So the days are like that. When you find something like RIVN, I really wanted to get this move, but I didn't. So it is what it is. And yeah, it's okay. Thank you so much, guys, for trading with us. Yesterday, Carlos had a webinar about pre-market analysis and risk management based on that. And today, psychology webinar. Is that today we have Mike for psychology webinar? Who's that? I'm not sure actually who is that. Dr. Reed. Oh, Dr. Reed is coming back. Dr. Reed is coming back for psychology webinar at 8 p.m. Eastern time, guys. I'm gonna be there. Dr. Reed is an amazing presenter, and Randy Howe was also really good. I got so many feedbacks from what Randy Howe had to present last week. That was a really nice psychology webinar. Those of you who not watched that, it's on the Education Center. Perfect, guys. Thank you so much, and see you all tomorrow morning. Dr. Reed is going to talk about trading in a bear market, so guys, don't miss it. Have a good day, and see you all tonight in the webinar.